Thank you.
It was nice.
Thank you, ma'am. So, any further questions? Okay, so that was a very enlightening and informative session. Thank you, ma'am, for your session.
Thank you very much for being patient to be in this late hours, sitting in online. I know it's difficult, but still, so many people were there, and I was happy talking to you.
Yeah, now I invite Dr. Betsy Palsy, Professor and Head Research and PG Department of English, St. Aloysius College, Thrissur, for the response for giving her response to today's session. Ma'am, Betsy, ma'am.
Thank you, Mira. Esteemed invited speaker of the day, Dr. Lima Anthony, Mr. Jason Jose, Ms. Jeeta Joni, Ms. Shruti, Ms. Meera, uh, dear colleagues, dear research scholars, dear students, and dear guests, and respected principal in his absence. He was always here with us in all our programs, but it was because he's traveling that he hasn't joined. Okay, it's not always that life brings joy to the heart like this. I'm here to thank all who brought me this rare moment of joy. Some time back, a good friend of our department had given me a name. He said that the said person was a very powerful speaker. I too had got interested and had wanted to bring her to St. Aloysius. But then all our invited speakers' slots for this academic year were filled. So I had swallowed up my disappointment and had kept silent. Dr. Lima, I do not know by what telepathy you are here. Anyway, thank you for coming and thank you the ones behind this to invite me. And I really relish this talk on Kafka, a symbol of alienation and suffering. In this age of increasing fundamentalism, when people try to force form meanings, when people try to force feed their meanings to us, we need to we need to be led to a place where no grass grows, to have the freedom to grow our own grass. Kafka is actually very relevant. I loved also your title, All That Is Solid Melts. Okay, okay, but I don't know how, I didn't get that completely, like how you bring in Marx and Engels to Kafka and his understanding of the world, because Marx and Engels do have a very solid sort of a worldview with meanings incorporated into their works. But still, it's so interesting, and somehow or the other, you shook the whole solid world into
Thank you.
shaking us, or rather making us slip into Kafka's slippery world of no grass. Yes, Kafka is very relevant. Thank you, especially because these days, again, of pep talks and motivational workshops, we human beings are so scared of this world around us, scared of each other. More than everything, we are also scared of ourselves, and rightfully so. We need people like Kafka to take us into the depths of our existential agonies, to tell us the horrors of life truthfully from his angle, freeing us from the fixated meanings and toxic positivity. And Dr. Lima, we also need people like you who will explain Kafka to us so clearly and so comprehensively. I also think that there is this large research gap as I raise the question to how India has influenced these Western thinkers. I'm sure that again, Dr. Lima has very clearly said that indirectly India might have influenced Kafka. So these issues should be researched by the research scholars. I do hope that some of our research scholars too will take up such topics. And I should thank my dear research scholars, my dear colleagues, and my dear students for organizing this event. Not, not just for organizing this talk series. Of course, I cherish this intensely, but I should thank you for who you are. As I said during the last talk in this series, I am blessed with my research scholars. Each has taught me very valuable life lessons, and we have learned wonderful things together. I am a fan of each one of you ever. I should also mention here all the research scholars who are working at this center, not under my supervision. I have had many insightful interactions with them as research coordinator, and I'm glad of having had the opportunity to be with each one of you. My department, as I always tell everyone, has this wonderful, fantastic ability to fill into every one of my lapses and make them appear as blessings. Thank you, my department, my dear colleagues. I'm also happy to see my PG students here. I hope you make use of this comprehensive class. I hope you have written down notes too, even though we have, uh, well, we might have recorded this to come, and that will help you in your studies. And Kafka is an important part of your syllabus. So this talk is very beneficial to us. Once more, thank you, organizers. Only the good at heart knows the rare pleasure of gaining joy by giving joy. And by organizing this event, dear students, scholars, and colleagues, you have shown more than everything else the goodness of your heart. Not everyone is capable of this. Thank you, all those who put in their time and energy to organize this lecture series. Thank you, all the participants too, who have stayed back till this late hour. Thank you all. Thank you once more, Dr. Lima.
Thank you, ma'am. It was an honor, and I personally thank the department, Jason sir, Meera, and every scholar, especially Anita, who was instrumental in bringing me to this platform. I thank everyone for this very joyful session, ma'am. Happy retirement life, ma'am. Let's see, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Lima. And we should meet once.
Yes, we will.
It-
We'll meet once.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betsy, ma'am. Thank you, Lima, ma'am. Now, for a formal vote of thanks, I invite Shruti Krishnadas, the research scholar of our department, for having the formal vote of thanks. Shruti?
Yes, Meera. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes.
Good evening, all. I am privileged to extend my vote of thanks to Dr. Lima Anthony, Assistant Professor and Research Guide at the Department of English, St. Xavier's College for Women, Alva, for her lecture on All That Is Solid Males, Modernity and Kafka's Fiction. Dr. Lima has delineated well the ideas of self-reliance, Kafka's well. Once again,
I'm sorry, Sudhi, you are not audible.
hello. Am I
Now
audible
you're
now?
out. Yes.
Do I have to
You may-
repeat?
You may please turn your camera off so that your audibility will be better.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I don't think so. Now you're audible.
Okay. Shall I continue?
Yes, please continue.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Once again, I thank you, ma'am. I thank you, Dr. Lima Anthony, on behalf of the Research and PG Department of English, St. Aloysius College, LPU. I would like to extend my vote of thanks to the principal of St. Aloysius College, Dr. Chaku Joseph, in his absence, for his constant support and encouragement in different activities organized by the PG and Research Department of English. Now I extend my humble thanks to Dr. Betsy Polsey, Research Coordinator and Head of the Department of English, St. Aloysius College, in whose honor we are conducting this lecture series. I would also like to thank Jason Joseph, Jita Jonima, CM Meera, who carried out their respective roles in this meeting wonderfully. I also thank Dr. Anita Jose and Reshma K. Jose for organizing this lecture successfully. Finally, I thank all the faculties, research scholars, and students who have been here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Rima ma'am. Thank you, Betsy ma'am, Jason sir, uh, Reshma ma'am, for making this session such a wonderful session. Hope to see you all again and have a very good night once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Meera,
everyone.
thank you.
Ma'am,